Hello everybody, back another one and only here. I'm so sorry if this video, unlike the one I uploaded a few days ago, is so purely edited, but right now I'm just running against time, and also the Overwatch game director, Aaron Keller, finally gave a response to why Overwatch PvE got cancelled. Um, I still feel like it's not enough explanation, but I'll still read it to you. Hey everybody. It has been a really hard week for all Overwatch fans. A few days ago, we talked about our change of mind and how to focus on Overwatch 2 PvE mode. And we published a roadmap about everything we're going to release for the rest of the year. We're very excited for everything we're going to release really soon. But great part of the discussion about of this week is how we took the decision to cancel PvE mode completely, which is not exact. So, I want to take some time and discuss it along with you. When we first announced Overwatch 2 back in 2019, the main idea of the game was to focus on a PvP mode, and that's what we released in October of the last year. And on the other hand, we had the PvE mode, story missions, and hero missions. The story missions would try to focus on a co-op mode of fast pace, just like the story and the Overwatch cinematics, and all the scenes that expand the Overwatch world. Story missions would count a new narrative about the Overwatch heroes coming together and fighting against the new menace of Null Sector, impulsing Overwatch history for the first time ever since the release of our game. These missions had place in ginormous maps, with new enemies and new cinematics. We'll begin to release them in Season 6. The work realized is amazing. It overcomes everything we ever thought for PvE, and I can't wait for players to get their hands into it. We'll share more details in the next weeks. Now, I do want to let clear that those weren't Aaron Keller's exact words because I had to use Google Translator as my browser is in Spanish. And I do speak Spanish, yeah, but translating it to English was the tricky part. The article keeps going on for a couple paragraphs more, which would make this video be 10 minutes long, and once again, I didn't count with a lot of time. So I have read it myself, but I won't read it to you, and I'll make you a small summary. So, before working in Overwatch, he said that Blizzard, the same team of developers, the exact same team of developers, was working on something called Project Titan, which sadly got cancelled. And then they started working on Overwatch. So basically, Project Titan, which he didn't talk a lot about, got cancelled. But basically, this game was going to have a PvE mode, and then they released Overwatch. And he was also apologizing about how Blizzard in general didn't know how to exploit Overwatch properly back in 2016 when it was this huge bang. And yeah, let's face it, didn't they didn't do any good to the game back in 2016 because the meta was completely broken and they did almost nothing to fix it. And that was even till the last month of the game. So yeah, he's also apologizing about that. He said that just because Overwatch had been released thanks to Project Titan being cancelled, ever since the beginning they had already thought about adding a PvE mode, and that's the exact reason to why they didn't care a lot about Overwatch 1, but rather, in the competitive mode, but rather in the PvE area that they were working on. So basically, instead of fixing all the meta problems that Overwatch 1 had and exploiting the game, they mainly focused on adding a PvE mode. So it hasn't been in development for 4 years, like I said in my video. It had actually been in development ever since back in 2016. It's been 7 years, and that explains a lot of stuff. Like once again, why Overwatch 1 was like it was, and well, it's just an even bigger disappointment for us Overwatch fans about the story hero missions. He said that they're not entirely cancelled, as there's still some small story missions. However, things such as skill trees and replayable missions are almost completely canceled, to say it that way. He doesn't really talk about anything else that's important. That's the main thing I want to highlight in this video. That it's clear that Blizzard took the worst decisions he could have took. Now, he did say a lot of other things, but those are the main things I wanted to mention in this video. So basically highlighting the part where it says that Blizzard definitely took the worst decision it could have taken with Overwatch 1 and now with Overwatch 2. Now, I have seen many other reactions from many other people, and most of them are negative, exactly because of the same reason. 70 years in development, and we got literally nothing. And yes, I am really disappointed as well. He said that the story missions, which are not going to be as extensive as the PvE mode, but they're still going to have a lot of content for Overwatch history, are going to be releasing in Season 6, though he didn't give an exact date to when is that going to happen. So for now, we've only got nothing, but we'll need patience, basically. This was Mac the one and only. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and let a comment down below talking about what you think. If you're as disappointed as me, or maybe you feel a little bit of compassion towards Blizzards. Okay, bye. Subscribe.